So close.
Speaking.
We made the big one, right?
Huh? Well, I made like some of the
Does it have to be your team?
Oscar.
Take that as a no.
yes, actually, because we want to make it a little harder. Team Vision high five. All right, here you go.
Gracias. ¿Qué pasa?
I don't know.
Ah, yes, Twitch.
We get another sticker. Tell you what? Oh, wait, later, because we're starting soon. In a minute.
My grandma.
He ran last night. We recorded a video. Hey y'all, we're starting in a minute. Make sure to fill out attendance, please and thank you.
It's going well. I think I was over like 6:30. No, I don't make any friends.
Yeah, I wasn't here like the first meeting, so I
My
didn't
phone
get a
never
bingo
wants to
thing.
scan QR codes.
Yeah.
I have to give it to you next week. I left like literally my entire binder at home. I'm so sorry.
I know.
The wheel. Or just
No, but like I had my first Razer mouse. I had it for 6 months, and then it was I couldn't. Yeah.
Oh my god. I will be.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean that's or and then I mainly use this, and then like it's payment one of them, and then it also has like which I never
Twitch people, make sure to fill out attendance. If you want, you can scan that QR code. If you don't want to scan the QR code, it's in attendance links. Right, Oscar? Attendance link is in attendance?
It is in attendance now.
Okay.
Right, I got sent it. This is a group chat. So far, that I had one.
All right.
It is.
Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started as it is now 5:01. If you haven't filled out attendance, please do so. I'm gonna give y'all a mini budget update so you'll know why attendance is so important. Hey guys, please be quiet. Thank you. Please be quiet. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. So first things first, rest in peace, Robbie Coltrane. If y'all didn't know, I'm sorry that this is the place that you're finding this out, but yeah, he died today. Sad day. RIP. Okay, some announcements. So Extra Life. This is something that the officers have been talking about for a little bit. And we think that it would be a really cool thing to do. It was something that was brought to me by an officer at NC State's Game Development Club. They have a really freaking good game development club. And so what it is it's a fundraiser for like children's hospital fees. It's not like Make-A-Wish where like they bring like John Cena to you. It's just like straight fundraising. And the way that it is fundraised is through streaming, and specifically game streams. So I want us to take part in it if y'all are cool with it. The reason why y'all might not be cool with it is the stream date is on November 4th, and if you were lightning fast and pulled up our week-to-week schedule, that's a work meeting. So I feel like we were very good last work meeting and it was a good time and everybody was super productive. So I don't want to like take that away from you guys. Something that, we were thinking about doing is just like having the work meeting in here and then having the, Extra Life stream out there in that like little comfy couch area, if y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we can stream us playing video games. We can stream like if somebody wants to do like a game workshop. But we will definitely need to promote it to people who would like donate to us. And yeah, I'm sure that CMII would be down to help us. I wanted to get y'all's like consent before reaching out to them, but they love that kind of stuff. And I think CMII likes us. So, They will probably help us. We will need promotional art / promotional material. I'm assuming that our social media manager / organizational propagandist, Laura, will be able to do some of that stuff. But if we can get like custom art and stuff, that would be super dope. So yeah. Does anybody have any questions on Extra Life, like what it is? I'm going to be sending out an emoji poll, like a reaction poll later to kind of like see what if everybody's cool with it, because it is kind of a distraction during a work meeting, but I think that it's good, and a lot of colleges are participating in it. So yeah, we'll get our name up there. So yeah, no questions on Extra Life? No? All right. So, moving forward, budget issues. We were finally awarded a budget, but that budget was $700, which we asked for $6,200. So with our size and with our just kind of like merit and awesomeness, I think that that's not at all what we were looking for. So with that being said, even if we did accept that offer, which I don't think that we're gonna do, it would still take like a couple weeks to get access to our budget, because then you have to like request stuff a week in advance. So we're definitely going to need to do the like everybody pays for pizza if you want pizza for Milestone 2 again. Jaden has created a form, the same form that y'all filled out before. It's in links, so if you want pizza next week for the game night, yeah, fill out that form. And then maybe we'll see what ends up happening with budget, and I'll keep y'all updated in the loop. But we might have to have people, like if you want to go to round 1 and play arcade games, we were trying to get that funded by budget. But now we don't really know, because $700 not really enough to fund that type of stuff. Because by the way, that's $700 for 2 semesters. So yeah. So yeah, any questions about budget stuff, about funding, about the form? Yay, nay. All right, moving forward. Okay, I want to make sure there's no Twitch questions. Discord team lead role, not team lead, Discord team role. Make sure that you guys have your proper team role. It's in the roles, or actually no, shoot, I forget what the channel's called. It's not roles channel, it's find a team? Join a team. Okay, it's in the join a team channel. So go to there. You just click on whatever team you're on, and it gives you a it's just a visual role, but it's good so that, like, if we need to, like, tag, like, I don't know, gastropoda programmers, we can do that. And it's just good for, like, having statistics of, like, who's doing what. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna let Laura take over and give y'all some information about LinkedIn. You can come up or just stand there, either one.
So we have a LinkedIn page now. I'm going to send it through links. It's technically a company account because they don't have clubs on LinkedIn. So you can follow it, and then you can add it to your profile as an employee, as just like being a member. And, you know, you can be like, hey, look, I did this cool thing. And we all get to see it and connect it. And we can like help each other get jobs, which is like super cool and like the point of college. So yeah, if you have any questions, just come see me. I can help out. I'm trying to learn as we go. But yeah. Woo.
So that's pretty cool, pretty freaking cool. If y'all don't have, especially if y'all don't have that like visual role of like having a position at a company, that's really awesome. It's also good because hopefully as we keep going throughout the years, you could be like, oh, yo, we're a Panther Dever. That's dope. So that's really cool and fun and fresh. And thank you, Laura, so much for getting that done, because that's awesome that we have that now. Any questions about anything that has been said thus far? No? Okay, so with that being said, y'all know what time it is. Woo! Yeah! Most wonderful time of the year. Reminder before we get into this, team leads stay afterwards for our little, like, collaborative talking meeting. But yeah, without further ado, 3, 2, 1, spin!
Ooh.
This way?
Hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm Alex from Glass Cannon, and this is our presentation. That's our team over there, by the way. I just want to give them a quick shout out before we do anything. That's Glass Cannon. That's the actual team. I'm just a figurehead right there. All right. So, right off the bat, we're working on a bunch of stuff right now, but this presentation is just a collection of a few of the things that I wanted to show off from each of the three groups, from sound, art, and programming. Right off the bat, we've got a concept for what would be the main menu screen. The logo I really like. It's everything on here is subject to change, especially, the art assets that we've got on the main menu screen right now. This is just a general concept. Eventually, which admittedly this is like a polished thing, eventually we'd like to have a little thing of him, just kind of like walking towards the Coliseum, and when you actually press start, he does like a little jump and he scurries off. But that's, that's later on. But yeah. And of course, credit for the buttons for that concept and for the logo goes to Sarah, so thank you, Sarah. It's really pretty. I love the logo. I love the logo so much. Here are some sprites and little animations for Glass Cannon for the main character himself. This is thanks to the ones up there. He's just engulfed in all of those poofs. That is Sia, and right down there, the actual, which I love. They are so cute. Those animations are thanks to Chris. So once again, a little clap of the hat. For those who get that reference, thank you, I love it. But yeah. There he goes. This is the first boss in the game. This is Blue Blender. This is his idle animation. He is a blender. He's got some magical little ice cubes in him, so he's just looking as kerfuffled as ever. This is thanks to VJ Douglas. And that's him when he takes damage. This is one of my favorite backgrounds that we've got right now. This is for Orange Bowl stage. His whole theme is that he's just kind of like a surfer on the beach. That's him right there. I made that. That was me with my hands. That's Orange Bowl. Yes, thank you, thanks. Anyway, the background itself I really like though. Because like the artist who made this just had the sketch that I did to go off of, so they did an incredible job of actually making this happen. It's really, really pretty. But yeah, Orange Bull's one of my favorites. I'm excited for his fight. This is my boy. That's my child, Dark Scabbard. I made that sprite. I love him to death. He's a bit small. He's supposed to be behind. This is supposed to be a counter, by the way. This is his shop. He's the shopkeeper. He's supposed to be behind this. We're working on that. But yeah, I love this guy. For any context as to what he is this bundle of ribbons wrapped around the sword that he uses to battle. He used to be this incredible warrior, but now just a humble shopkeep. But I love him to death. Dark Scabbard. And yeah. Oh, okay. So I wonder if this is actually going to work. I've got two clips here. One that showcases some of the mechanics that we're working on for the first boss for Blue Blender, and another that's also in that same stage, but that showcases some of the sound effects that we've got going on, which, by the way, thank you to David and Thomas for working on the boss battle itself. And thank you to Isaac and Christian for working on the sound effects so far. Well, after that. Is it alright if I play this first? Nice. I'm not close enough. The suspense is killing. Is it gonna work? No. Okay. There he goes. He's shooting. Okay, so to give a little bit of context, this right here is a placeholder for the boss, the blender that you saw earlier. The whole idea behind him is that he's the only boss that doesn't move around. He's stationary. He's throwing things at the player. Eventually, those are going to be little icicle spears. And that, what you see, that big rectangle on the left side of the screen, that's meant to be this big old wall of icy spikes. So yeah, this is meant to be a mountain stage. Right now we've got a lot of placeholders, but, you know, we're working on it. And the volume is really low, but he's got those like ding, 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 little footsteps, and does his little dash and takes damage. So precious. And yeah. For Milestone 2. Okay, so my main priorities for Milestone 2, one of the biggest ones you just saw, is two things when it comes to the boss. Well, a few things. Let me not limit myself here. So for the boss, the mechanics that I want to have implemented are already there. The boss throwing the projectile in those arcs, that's great. And there's also a passive wind effect that nudges the player in one direction or another, like in the desert levels in nighttime in Mario 3. Those mechanics, I love that they're there, but besides that, one of my priorities is actually getting all of the art assets and sound assets that we've got for the boss that are ready to be implemented, actually in the game and in a build before next week's Milestone. Besides that, it really is just a matter of, like I said, main menu to the Coliseum stage, which is our hub. That's where you access the boss. Actually being able to access the boss from there, which we're making a lot of progress on. And then, yeah, the boss itself. But yeah, it's really just like mechanically, I'm happy with where we are right now. And we're working on a bunch of other things. But these are my priorities. Main menu, Coliseum, and the boss with all the assets that are relevant actually in the game, as opposed to just being on our Trello. But yeah. And here's a list of credits. One more round of applause! And there they are. That's where you can direct your praise. That's where it really is deserved. Alright. That's all I got.
Alright.
Good job, girl boss.
Thank you, thank you.
Woo! Good job, Glass Cannon. Okay, oh, that's not Wheel of Names. All right. On the count of, I don't know why. That was like a weird build-up. I don't know what I was going to do there.
To the joke?
No, it was me trying to think of a joke and just nothing happens. Brain break. Yeah, almost. No, okay, wait. Never mind. I'll tell you later. All right, 3, 2, 1. Spin that wheel! I feel like when nobody laughs at my joke, nobody notices because it's not a joke, yeah. Yo! Sounds.
I saw mine come up for
Stages. Oh, shoot.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon, the team lead. So, welcome back to Gastroprada. This is our update for what has happened so far. Alright, so this is currently what our programmers have worked on so far. So you're seeing a lot of interaction with the character and him like just moving around the map. So I'm just gonna let this play and then I'll explain what's going on after.
He's still lab.
Brandon? Oh my god.
This I like switching.
All right, so that was a lot that had happened, right? So, from the first time I introduced this game to you guys, we didn't have nearly as anything like this before, but let's just talk about it. So, in the corner there, you see like some green dots. That's our inventory system. We now have that, thanks to Jimmy and Kwong, who worked really hard on that. I have thought about the power-ups that we will have in the game, so that's where our power-ups will be located. That'll be a visual indicator of what the player is holding in his inventory. He can use that at a later time, depending on what his circumstances are. So, say he gets hit by a, I don't know, by the snail. Okay, well, he has a shield in his inventory, and that will activate immediately to protect our player. So, and then we have our gun mechanic working a little bit better. And I wanted to specifically talk about the blue that you see emitting from the top, from the ceiling to the ground. So that is actually Bifrost. I found that to be quite an interesting thing to work on and research. Marvel introduced that idea with their character Thor. So when he comes in from, I think if you can refer to, I think it's Infinity War. He comes into Wakanda with that amazing immersive colors. I don't know, it's like weird, but he goes down on the ground and has this amazing splash. I thought that was pretty cool, so I wanted my programmers to implement that and have our artists to work on that at a later time, and it's phenomenal. Jimmy worked really delicate on that. Thanks, Jimmy, for that. If you're watching online, that he exceeded my expectations with that, so I'm excited to see what Sydney has to work on for that. So yeah. And I think you see our little guy down there. That the little small guy. That's our mini snail. I thought of that as like the Goombas from Mario, how they like move in a linear direction. We have them now in our game, and he's called Gary. You know, little Garys. You're gonna see them pop up, here and there throughout the game. So I'm excited to show you guys what those will look like once we have the assets ready for them. All right, so that little character that you saw that he absorbed, that's actually a power up. We don't have an asset ready for it, but that's just essentially showing that we can absorb the power, and then the particle effect. That's gonna simulate that power is actually working at the moment. So it'll last for just 10 seconds. I think that's doable. And then after that, power up is over with, and you kind of can see him in the corner. So like it shows that he's activating the power, or it's there in the inventory system. So yeah, they have that working. And then the yellow there, that yellow column, that's actually our ladder. We have our ladder mechanic working, and I believe there's 2 prototypes at the moment. Kong was working on one, and Tony was working on another. We'll see the green one later on, but right now our yellow ladder player can go up the ladder, like just in one direction, but it's kind of broken, but we're working on fixing that. Thank you, Kwon, for working on that. Did a lot. So, moving on from that. Alright, so our design update. Our artists are working hard. Last week was kind of hard for everyone because of the milestones. I'm glad we all prioritize our academics. That's first. So we didn't get much assets done, but we're working on that this week as there's no distractions. Number 1, our snail is ready to show off. He's just not in the presentation today, but by milestone 2, you will be able to see him. I'm excited to show that to you guys. And then from there, we're going to work on some more animations for our player, and then getting in some obstacle assets so you guys can see our switch panel for the wall, our doors, and everything else that we have in store for the player. And then here's some other assets that they have worked on this week. So you see I call it a back to tank. That's just where the player was at the beginning of the game. And then we have our ladder asset, and then the computer. But I'm very proud of the artists for what you guys have worked on so far. So far, so good. I'm ready to see what you've already dropped in today. We're dropping in all our assets in Google Drive folder, so they've done a lot this morning. I saw, but that didn't make it in the presentation. But for Milestone 2, you guys will see all the assets they've worked on. So this is one of the labs they've designed. It's just a dark room. I haven't seen them the programmers implement that yet, but that's one. And then the night sky is that's going to take place in the outer room. So this specifically will be the night sky of Atlanta, Georgia. That's going to be our final room in the introductory of the game, where the player is putting everything, the player is putting everything he known and learned from the introductory of the game, the test. So yeah, I think that's pretty cute. I see some familiar astrology there. And then our start screen is getting a redesign. I like it. I hope you guys do too. Sydney worked on it a little bit. The first one that you saw, it had a lot going on, but she wanted to make it a bit more simpler. And I think that's pretty good for what it is. I'm down to like have this as the main start screen, so I'm ready to see them implement that. And by Milestone 2, you guys will see that. Thank you, Caleb, for everything you've done with the sound, because I have been impressed. You've not downloaded, but you've created a lot of amazing sounds, and I dropped a lot of assignments for him, and he's just been killing it. So I just want to show off what he's worked on. So this is this movement from the snail. In the ending of the main room that I was referring to, that will take place in Atlanta, Georgia, we'll have some drones acting as platforms. So when the player jumps around, he'll have the drone as a way to like maneuver throughout the map. So he's made this sound for the drone, and I like it. Love it. Then we have our electric hub. All right, so that will be used for multiple purposes. So throughout the main room of the laboratory, we have on top of the ceilings dangling electrical wires. That's an obstacle for the player to overcome. So if he touches the wire, he gets vaporized, he dies, or gets some health points taken off. But yeah, that's the sound for that. And then we have the batons spin. So when the player grabs a weapon, which would be like a sword or a baton or a spear, he's going to throw it, and he has the sound for that. All right, there we go. Thanks, Caleb. All right. Now, our amazing level designer has found some interesting facts of the day. Laura, explain.
Fighting now, so we have some inspiration. I don't know. It was midterm week. Enjoyed.
Yeah, she found, if you guys at home can't hear, she said that she found some interesting facts for the day that I guess in the medieval period they just decided to fight snails. So, and they were huge. Guess cat size.
Snails. Illuminati snails. Yeah.
All right, so my goal so far for Milestone 2, I want to bridge the entire map, all the prototypes that we worked on so far, and just have it as one mesh so we can see exactly how the game will perform. My initiative will serve specifically on having everyone to put more time and hours into getting the main room, and I'm referring to this as room I. My group here knows exactly what room I is. It's one of the hardest parts of the map for the introductory level. So I want to see that completely finished. And then everything else so far is just the artist working on assets. And there's plenty of assets to keep polishing on, so they're going to have that ready by Milestone 2. And then the next level, which will be the ancient Egyptian, That map is fully designed. I'm just waiting for this one to get completed, but you guys will see an example road map for that one as well. I've also reworked on the GDD, so the GDD V3 is available. I will continue polishing that up, and it will be available for you guys to see probably by Monday, 5 o'clock in the morning, or tonight at 12 a.m. I have a trip tonight, so I'm going to try and get that uploaded, but if not, Monday for sure. And I'm just going to show you guys exactly what that looks like. So yeah, you guys remember how terrible the original GDD looked? It was like all out of proportion. Well, we have a new one, so this is going to be a lot better with a lot more information exactly about what we're using. A description, everything's much more polished out and better to look at. You're going to see my contact stuff, so. All right, just had to mention that real quick. All right, so yeah, any questions?
Just a comment. I kind of like find the use of the particle system really clever.
Nice, thank you.
I have a question about the start screen.
Okay.
How was that made? Because you said Sydney made it.
Correct.
Didn't she do 3D? Was that 3D?
No, it was actually 2D. She does both, but she can also do 2D. She's also a powerhouse, a jack of all trades. She can do a lot of varies of creation. So she uses 2D and she reads all the other artists to kind of get the idea and style and aesthetic of the game. So yeah, she designed it all the way.
Fantastic.
She's fantastic. You should do like a 101 with her. She's
No, I
amazing.
didn't know if it was like rendered in 3D and then.
Oh
she's
no,
got it.
no. They actually once they finish it with whatever medium they're using, so that's either Procreate or what was the other? I think Metabing. One of our programmers, he uses Photoshop and he adds that as a tool to like remove things and add things. So they kind of use like a variety of things to like keep that going and that system of moving things in and out. Any more questions? No? Well, thank you so much. Cheers.
All right. I'm excited to see Mini Snail. All right. Oh, Gary, right. He has a name. I'm sorry, Gary. All right. 2 left. 50-50 chance. 3, 2, 1. Spin! Ah! Wheel! Do y'all ever wonder if the Twitch viewers are saying it in their own?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So he just started spinning.
Oh my god.
All right. Titania. Woo!
Hello, everyone. It's Josh. Right, here's our team. It was bigger than this, but I'll get to that. All right. So we've had a lot of progress. I have people's names at the top as sort of like what everyone has done, so that each person has like their own slide. So when it comes to programming, we have 3 programmers. Milo is working on like the time travel stuff. So we already have a reset physics object system because like we're not gonna load a new level. It'll just be like you travel back in time. It's the same area. It's the same scene. Just everything's like sort of reset. We have a framework for the past timeline version of the player, which we call a doppelganger. So that sort of like records the position of the player every like, I think it's like 3 seconds or so. And then this pathfinding AI that's like built into Unity sort of like basically follows this sort of system, and they stay in time because like if they don't make it to a certain coordinate, they'll just get to the next coordinate, and like unless the player is like a speedrunner, they're always going to catch up to them. There's also like a stealth sort of like investigation system. So like if your past version of yourself sees you, out the corner of their eye, they'll be like, "Oh, what was that?" And they'll like go looking around, and so that's like sort of like a very cautionary moment, like, oh shoot, I gotta hide. And soon we're gonna have like an actual lose state, so like a genuine like you're hiding under desk, and if they see you, there'll be a game over screen, which is what we're gonna do soon. This is Milo. I don't think Milo is here.
He is. He's just in a meeting.
Oh, okay. This is sort of some videos he recorded. He's pretty quiet. I think he codes all the time, like at like 3 a.m. or something. So, um, I don't know. Can I turn this up?
I don't know why.
Oh, you can check on the little tablet then. Right.
Oh, I don't know how to work this.
Mm,
Okay.
no. No, I guess not.
Well, basically, this is the first one. This is an earlier one, I think. Basically, this is just showcasing. We have this like little pad here. These are all like this level is like a prototype. And basically, there's this green guy. So the character you play as is a red capsule. The green capsule is your doppelganger, and so this is sort of them following the points, the coordinates that are recorded. This is like rough though. Like this is very rough. Like beginning. This was weeks ago. Establishing like that they can actually walk around and they'll go not exactly where you went, but roughly where you went. And it ends at the teleporter room. So you have that little like placeholder box that you walk into to activate it. How do I go to the next slide? I think this is it. So this is a newer system. Pretty sure. So this is sort of the investigation mechanic. So the actual like stealth system. Before, there was no stealth. Like the doppelganger didn't care about your existence, but now they sort of like actually investigate you. It's like, oh, they're not going to follow that path because they see you, and now they're going to check you out. And they come over, and there's no lose state, so like you're just alive still somehow, but Adrian is our other programmer working on the button prompts and stuff, so we just have a few button prompts, but I had him work on like a sort of framework, very simple like script where we can just easily put in like puzzle assets and stuff, like a valve wheel, computers, stuff like that. This is sort of a demo of like that in action. They have this script and like just simple parameters you can put in to like change like what the prompt does. That's a delayed reaction. Then there's like a hold. You can do like a hold reaction. So, yeah. And then Kira is working on our main menu. I wish I had like a video of this, but we're having trouble like actually getting her stuff on plastic. But pause and main menu, that's what she's been working on. Pretty good stuff. This is placeholder stuff. Like this is actually what the main menu is going to look like. But really good stuff there. Sydney, this was like a few weeks ago, but the time dilation platform. I love this model. I think it's really cool. Exactly like I did the concept for it, and she did pretty much exactly what I wanted for it, and it's really, really nice. She also did the circuit breaker for the puzzle, and this sort of key insert box. I just call it that because I don't really know what to call it, but it's for one of the puzzles. It's like the last thing you do in the puzzle is you hold down a key in this little box. Also did some pipes, which is pretty cool. Park did this valve wheel, which is another puzzle-centric object, and some lights. And so the two on the left I haven't like put in textures on yet, but the two on the right are really freaking cool. we're going for like a Bauhaus like retro design for a lot of the like art style, and I really like the way these turned out. These are actually in engine. And Chris recently came on the project doing a lot of like desk props and stuff like books and pen holders and working on a coffee cup. Emily, this is the STID that you saw like the actual like no textures on it last time. Now it's like fully textured. It's like the highest. It has like when she first made it, it had like 100,000 like polygons or something. It was freaking insane. So we had to like lower that down. But it looks really cool in engine. She also did the door, and I really like. I have all three examples here because I like how she's very good at like going from basically the evolution of her designs. Like at first, it was a little too rustic, so we sort of brung it back to this sort of like, you know, more plasticky kind of like space station kind of look. And I really like it. And here's an engine. I think it looks really good. It's all the texturing. It's like not much 3D depth. It's just like normal maps, and it looks really good. This is Soham is working on like some UI like designs. These aren't in engine. These are just like concepts that will probably be a little bit different than this, but these are just, you know, for inspiration and stuff. So also did a few sound effects, like just some simple. Oh, it's probably really quiet. That's the startup for the STID, and that's the shutdown, which you'll hear later too. Vaughn found a ton of freaking awesome like sounds. This is the STID meter. So like, say your past self is really close to you. Actually, this is the safe distance. So like, say they're not close to you, it's gonna play. So it's like that. And then this is like caution. And then this is like, you're kind of in trouble. And then this one's like, you're like gonna die probably. So I thought those are really cool. Pretty scary, like tense stuff. And then here's the time dilation platform. That's the activation sound. Teleportation sound. There's gonna be like a little loading screen. That's sort of a polished thing, but it's like glitch sound effect. Man, I wish it was louder. That's definitely loud. We also have the theme that will play. It's like an ambient track that'll play near the end of the 7 minutes that you're in the game. The first bit is kind of. Yeah, so that's like sort of supposed to be kind of intense, like, you know, get to the teleporter now. I really like it. Sort of escalates over time. We also have this ambient track. It's probably hard to hear, but it's like the low hum of the facility, and there's like some other sounds we're gonna put in there. It's kind of gonna be some stuff in the engine where I'm gonna have like randomized sounds as well. Yeah, it's like very creepy, subtle vibe that we're going for, which this will play again later. So I've been doing a few, I'm mainly like programming the STID and stuff, but I've been working on like the level. So this is the old level, this is like the prototype level. I've been working on a whole new tile set for the new level, which you saw a little bit of earlier. So I did it all in Blender. Compiled it all in Blender, and then I put it in Unity and actually switched to we were doing URP, but I switched to HDRP, and I think it looks really, really cool. Lots of procedural textures, so like there's no normal maps or anything on like any of these assets. I'm just trying my best with procedural textures, and I think it looks pretty good, for what we're doing. Really like the floors. And this is sort of a sound test, so I just started implementing sounds. I wish it was louder, but yeah, there's like, Soham did some like doing player movement sounds. We have like a sound of you like pulling it up. We have like a shut down, a shut off sound. Vaughn did the like stability sound of like how high is your meter. That number doesn't do anything right now, but like later, if it goes too high, you'll die. So it's like there's a lot of audio indicators of like what's happening in the game. For Milestone 2, we sort of, these are the things I want in the game. Some of them we already have. Some of them we're hopefully getting to. So a pause menu, we got to merge that in. Partially furnished level to like, because right now it's like super empty, like you can't hide behind anything. So we're going to have some desks soon by Park. And then I just want a few aspects of the puzzle. I don't want the whole thing to work because like we only have a week. I want the time dilation platform to sort of work. You'll probably just like walk into a box and then it'll reset the level or something. And then the stealth mechanics, just a little bit more stuff we have to do with like an actual lose state where you can actually die. And then I need to start scripting, which I already did, some audio indicators of like your past self getting closer to you. The SID will start making sounds to like indicate how dangerous this is, how close the past version of you is. Yeah, I hope that's achievable. I hope we can get there. We currently, the things we're sort of not doing so well with is our like character artist and animator had to leave the project, unfortunately. So we don't have an actual character yet. And so it's sort of not like we have these little capsules walking around. It's not that scary, like everything else in the game is like really grounded, and you just have these like capsules walking around, these pills walking around. So I don't know if you guys have any suggestions for like free alternatives or like pre-rigged models or anything, so we can like maybe get a character in the game. That would be cool. But other than that, that's pretty much it. A lot of stuff. I'm really happy with the progress we made. It's just a matter of like getting everything together into one build. But yeah, I'm really proud of the team. Thank you.
Sweet. Y'all are killing it. Good stuff. 3D is impressive for me because I'm a little baby brain. Okay. Who's it? Who? I wonder.
It's anyone's game.
Anybody's game at this point.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Spin! Wheel!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No way! Wow. Who has thought? Who has thought?
You're thinking.
Alright.
What is up, gays and gamers? Welcome back to the sequel you've all been waiting for, Progress Report 2, PP. Let's just jump into it. So, we don't have any gameplay footage because I went to go get it, my laptop was imploding on itself, and I had like 3 megabytes of space left, so that was fun. But from what I've seen on the GitHub and what we've been talking about, we have
proper reset trigger for when you fall off the map, so you just don't fall forever, and a dedicated reset button as well is always nice. Flips and spins. We switched the controls to tank controls because snowboarding is easier to like process it when you see it when you're playing it. It'll make a little more sense. As well as jumping has been implemented. For the character, this is oh my god, you don't have permission to what? This is the model from Pascal for our main character. He's still working on it. He's getting the character rig set up, but here pretty soon we'll probably have that all good. He's doing a great job. I like how he's made the character all, I like the low poly aesthetic. I think the sort of angles and edge work really cool. He's edgy. He's like, Sonic the Hedgehog or Shadow the Hedgehog or Silver the Hedgehog. Here are the props from Trung so far. I believe we have a more updated version of the log cabin prop, but I was not able to get a picture of that due to, again, my laptop imploding on itself. But again, he's doing, we have a couple more props, I believe. These are just the main ones that he provided screenshots of for me to put up on the PowerPoint. But we have some more snowboards. I believe we have a couple rocks as well. But yeah, just good work all around so far. The music, which I think that notification was about, where it was complaining at us for not, let's see what. Alright, let's see if I can do that real quick. But yeah, Sterling and Vaughn have been doing the music sound effects. Sterling's been mostly doing the sound effects, and Vaughn has been doing the has been doing the music. Sorry. Let's see. It should. Yeah. Okay, just a few. What is up, gays and gamers? Oh, jumping ahead a little. Let's see. Yeah, this is one of the songs. We're not gonna play the whole thing, but again, he's done a really good job of getting the vibe we're going for with this sort of like very bassy, very just chill, relaxed attitude going on. Trying to get the vibes and the attitude correct. Oh my god, with their pressed access to. Oh my god, this is awful. Okay, you know what? How can I? We can. You know what? We'll worry about that in a minute. Sterling's been doing a good job on the sound effects. I will say that much. I will see if I can play them in a sec because I do like what he's been doing. So far it's been mostly just UI sounds, but you know what? Speaking of UI, this is not UI. This is the main menu art. I thought. Are you raising your hand?
Yes. I wanted to mention to you and everybody else, I have also like snowboarding sounds for like when you're actually like on snow, but I didn't send them yet. I'm sorry. They'll probably be at the milestone.
Did you just promise something in the milestone?
Yeah. I have it. It's not that hard. Continue the
Sterling, what did you just do? Anyway, here's the main menu art from Joshua. He's been, experimenting with the colors and the aesthetic, and I like it so far. We're gonna go through some variants, but this is what we have right now, and I do dig it. And speaking of the UI, that's what I was talking about. Here's all the UI stuff Nisha's been working on. We have the boost meter and the timer, which I just realized has been mirrored. I don't know why it was mirrored, but you know what? Time just functions differently in Google Docs, Google Slides. With the main menu GIF on the top left, and below that is our score and the trick indicators. So that number goes up as you're doing a trick, and once you've completed the trick, it'll cash it into the main score, and it's super sick and super smooth and all that. I really dig it. The boost meter on the right, it will likely go through another iteration in terms of design to be a little more interesting to look at, but for the time being, it is a visual indicator of the boost and stuff. And then that one in the middle, it's not implemented yet, but it is in engine. It's just not animating yet. It is the speedometer for the speed, it'll likely be a little more specific. Yes?
Speaking of the tricks, I'm Vaughn, I do the music. I'm actually planning on implementing, I think, a sound where it's like when you land a trick, you'll do different things for like different background music, such as
Oh. Yeah. And yeah, no, just good work all around with everything. What's next for the next milestone meeting? We'll have tricks implemented, at least the basic trick, as well as the boost system implemented along with it. They will likely be independent of each other until later when we have a once tricks. Right now, the tricks will just be there for swag. They won't get points immediately. I mean, they might. We'll see if it's simple to implement. Actually, it should be pretty easy. I'm not promising anything except for the tricks, and I guess whatever Sterling was talking about. Yeah, and as well, we have I believe Anuj is working on some basic level design because we were going to do that earlier, but we were having some issues with that, and we were still not 100% sure how we want to tackle it. But we will have some. It will be when you can play it. It will look a little bit nicer than it used to. I will say I can promise that much. There'll be props. There'll be trees. There'll be swag. Maybe Jonzo. Actually, yeah, add a Jonzo to wherever you guys are writing about it. Add Jonzo specifically, and we will have Jonzo just somewhere. And I won't tell you where, but he'll be there.
I just wrote it down.
Cool. Yeah. All right, now it's bound in blood. But yeah, this dog is excited, and Jonzo's walking to be in the game and all that. And there's Pascal. He's walking in, interrupting everything. He did the character model. Have any words to say, Pascal?
Yeah.
Good word. Nope. Good words. Any questions? Any concerns? Any accusations?
Character that showed at the start reminded me of Yoda.
I guess I can see that as the green and the ears.
Oh, baby.
That makes more sense. I can see both. I just the green and the ears. Yeah.
Teen Yoda.
Edgy teen snowboarder Yoda. And he's taller than when he's an adult. He's like a lot taller.
He had a growth spurt.
Yeah.
He's
A reverse growth spurt. He's like a Benjamin Button growth spurt. Oh, yeah. So I was gonna say something that's like, I'm not making any more promises. Promise small, and then we'll over deliver, and it'll be swag.
Promise.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm not telling you my firstborn what. Any other questions, comments, concerns, other nouns? Sterling?
I'd like to comment on our own stuff. Good job to you also for being a good team lead. Like I know, like you sort of struggled, but like.
Why'd you lie to me like that?
No, I've listened to it before, but it sounds really good. You're doing good.
I think everyone on the team is doing a fantastic job. Like I'm really proud of like all the progress we've all made. No, it's all super swag. I could have used any other adjective there, and I chose swag.
Cool.
I mean, it fits for the theme of the game.
This is true.
Yeah.
True. Anything else? I feel like there's another question brewing in the audience, but I don't know who's going to ask it. I don't know what the question is. There we go. There's another one. Actually, yes, that is the thing I was going to mention earlier, but then didn't because I didn't want to promise anything.
You can throw it out there at least.
Yeah, I've been considering looking into doing some simple auditions for a like radio announcer because we have like multiple songs currently, and so I was considering looking into that. That will definitely be more of a polish item, but it won't be in the milestone. Do not write that down. But that is something I'm looking into for voice acting. There might be some mild voice acting for the main character, like when you do a wipeout or something, but again, that's something that's more of a polish item, I think. I saw it. Got two more? Alright, who won't? Yeah, that one. I know of it.
I could put you in
That's the one that we-
Go.
if they respond to you. You go with the child for paid work and they didn't respond. It's like, okay.
No money for you,
Yeah, it's just like, I will really pay you for work. But whatever.
Pascal. Just simply change trans your gender. It's that simple. Exactly. Anything else? Anything else going on? Oh my god, we have another one. Yo, so true. You see, we've gone 2 for 2 for Among Us on our presentations, and honestly, if we can go full, we have another do we have another progress report meeting after the? Yeah, so we will go 3 for 3. I promise you. It'll be a requirement.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, we should probably cut this off. All right, thanks for sub to my Twitch time.
We did it. Progress update number 2. Y'all professional game development club. We can be goofy and funny, but yeah, we can also be quirky sometimes, but we gotta keep it focused.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Next week, as you know, milestone number 2. Milestone number 1 was very exciting, so keep up the great work, everybody. Team leads, stick around if y'all want to hang in the room until Oscar and I and the team leads are done talking. Feel free to do so. Feel free to grab some candy as you leave. Happy Spooky Month, and yeah, good job, guys. Bye, Twitch.